Winter solstice to you all. My name is Jennifer Waters, and I am part of the CNY Fertility, CNY Healing Arts team. And I just want to say happy solstice to everyone. We have made it. We have survived all the dark days here. If you're in upstate New York, it's been, we had a wonderful fall, a very challenging late fall. And we're always challenged to survive and thrive during this dark time. Let's face it, most of us have a hard time when the days are this short, and you really get to ask yourself what works for you. How do we become more resilient? What are the good parts of having shorter days, longer nights, doing less, maybe sleeping more, cooking more, doing things like that? So every season, every fall, I ask myself, what are the good parts of this season and how can we just focus on that? And it turns out there's quite a few good things of this time of year. So anyhow, I just want to talk a little bit about miscarriage. Those of you that have met me know that I'm at CNY Fertility every Tuesday, and I ask everyone what you've been diagnosed with because I'm very curious about the challenges that you have and finding ways that we can support you to overcome those challenges so that you have the most successful outcomes possible. And it's one of the most common things that I hear is miscarriage, recurring pregnancy loss. So I've spent many years thinking about, what can we do every day to help change this pattern? And change is the key word here. What I don't want you to do is the same things over and over, right? We know what that is the definition of, right? So you need to make change. If you are stuck in a pattern, whatever the pattern, don't keep doing the same things. You will not get different results. Most likely, you're going to get the same results. So, when looking at the top down approach to health and our symptoms and our body and how we heal, the top is, of course, the psycho emotional realm. And I put the emotions and the mind in the spiritual realm because ultimately that is the most spiritual practice that you can do is working on your negative emotions, reducing your negativity, caring about yourself and the people around you. That is spiritual practice. For me, as the way it was explained to me, right? Caring about the person next to you, that's what God wants you to do. So let's bring it right down to the basics about caring and how we're feeling and what you're thinking every day. So, when it comes to pregnancy loss, it may not be so much what you're thinking. Obviously, there's a lot of grief there, there's a lot of loss, there's a lot of sadness, and that is the most tangible emotional part of the experience. And I want you, of course, to work on that. There's lots of things that you can do. I really love the emotional freedom technique. I don't know if any of you have heard about it or found a practitioner, but look, you can Google it, find somebody in your area. It's based on working with the acupuncture points. So, of course, I'm going to like that more than I'm going to have an affinity for that because I love working with the points and what we can do every day that's easy. We can tap on these points and they have you talking about the emotion that you're feeling right now of loss, of feeling let down, of regret, of dread, of fear, whatever it is. And I like that because it's honest, right? You're acknowledging the feelings that you're having now instead of saying, "Oh, I am happy, my body is healthy and this and that." There's a bit of magic that occurs when you just allow yourself to have the feelings that you're actually having right now, or when you go into the deeper feeling of whenever, maybe it was a year ago, of just allowing yourself to embrace that feeling. Okay, so that's the first step in letting go. All right. People talk all the time about, oh, just let this go, let that go. Well, how are you going to do that? You have to ask yourself, what are the steps? Try different things. You know that you've let something go when it's no longer a trigger. So that it takes as long as it takes. So be patient, be kind, be loving with yourself. And most importantly, be honest with what you're feeling. So there's the obvious feelings of loss, but there may be some underlying feelings that you have kind of trapped or stored in your subconscious mind that you're not aware of. So see if you can dig a little bit deeper, work with somebody who does hypnosis or do some deeper meditation or whatever it may be. Really be creative with yourself and go deep into what may be the part of your subconscious mind that you're not aware of that could be part of this experience for you. So that's a good place to begin. Okay. Um, the other part for me is, I love to think about our home environment, our office environment, wherever you spend a lot of time. Okay. This is in Chinese medicine, the history of Chinese medicine. Obviously, we have acupuncture, we have dietary, we have herbology, we have Tui Na, it's like the Chinese massage, but we also have what's called feng shui, which is the art of placement. Right. So I want you to take a look at your bedroom, take a look at your desk, take a look at the corners. Where is the clutter in your life, in your house? In just clear it out, right? You're going to be amazed at what happens. It's like acupuncture for your house, right? So get things moving. I'm a huge fan of air purifiers. Why? Obviously, they clean the air, but the other thing they create circulation, they create movement, they're creating change in your environment, especially if you live in a cold place and you have your house is all buttoned up all winter long. Things become stagnant, they become stuck. So we're looking to create change here. So change in the body, in the mind, the emotions, in our environment, right? So if nothing else, move your bed, right? You would be amazed at some of the studies that have been done on people sleeping over energetic vortexes. Sometimes just by moving your bed, your health is going to improve, believe it or not. I won't get into that tangent, but it's fascinating study that I was involved with many years ago that had to do with cancer, breast cancer survivors, and the ley lines in their bedroom. So there's that. Then when it comes to hands-on work, there's nothing quite as potent as doing the Arvigo or fertility massage to bring in fresh blood to your reproductive organs. Okay. So I'm going to say this all the time. It's what you do every day that matters the most. And learning the self-care massage on yourself is going to help you immensely. It's hands-on. You can spend 30 seconds, you can spend 30 minutes. We can adapt things to your lifestyle, the amount of time you have. You can do it anytime of the day, morning, afternoon, evening. It's going to help your digestion, your elimination, all of your organs, from your diaphragm, your stomach, small intestine, uterus, ovaries, all of this. So if your uterus is out of alignment, this can be a cause of miscarriage, definitely one of the causes of endometriosis. So we're going to talk about that another time. So if nothing else, we're going to get your lymphatics working. We're going to increase blood flow to your reproductive organs. So you can't go wrong there. Then what we want to do is look at a couple key nutrients that you might be missing. Vitamin E is one of the main ones. So, I'm always going to be a proponent of getting things in their whole food form versus synthetic isolated nutrients, right? So we talk about this a lot in different avenues of nutrition. It's a big deal in the CBD world. They talk about that a lot. Isolates versus full spectrum. Obviously, the closest you can get to things in their natural form, the better it is for the body, less conversion, less effort to absorb. I want you taking things where you feel the benefits right away or quite soon after, right? Don't keep taking things month after month after month, year after year after year, and expect different results. If you're not getting the results you want, make a change. So there's that. And then, of course, there is phototherapy, the photoelectric effect. Everyone knows that we are biochemical beings, and not everybody thinks that much about the bioelectrical aspect of our beings, right? So this is where acupuncture comes in. This is what the needles are doing. They're helping you with your bioelectricity. Phototherapy patches are also working on the photons and electrons in your channel system. It's pretty amazing what can happen when you start working with light. So light has to come from a source, whether it's the sun, whether it's a laser, whether it's an LED system, or whether it's your body. When it comes to working with the patches, and I wish I had one right here to show you, your body is now the source of light, right? So then you activate the crystalline structures inside these patches, which then bend the light back to create a biochemical change. So we're using the bioelectrical aspect of our bodies, light and heat, to create a biochemical change. So it's pretty amazing what we can do. That's simple, it's affordable, it's very doable. It's bypassing the liver, bypassing the gut. Anytime you use light, you're going directly onto the cellular level, into the cells. So where we want to repair cell damage, right? So when you think about miscarriage, you have to look at, there's different patterns, but it's all related to oxidative stress, cell damage, the body not having enough energy, enough integrity in the cells. This is part of why Dr. Kiltz is always talking about fat, increasing the quality fat that you are consuming. Why? Because it helps reduce oxidative stress and inflammation, which is what is damaging our cells. So your age, your actual age, is related to the age of your cells and how well your cells are functioning. So when we talk about intelligent aging, we're talking about maintaining the integrity of our cells. We don't want them to deteriorate from inflammation, from environmental toxins, from everything. Endogenous hormones, excess adrenaline. This is what's causing cell damage. So don't think of yourself as old either. I mean, obviously, if you're in your 60s and 70s, it's a big difference from 20s and 30s. But remember, health is something that you cultivate every day. It begins in the mind and our emotions, and it has to do with our internal environment, which we can influence and affect and change. So for more information, you can reach out to me directly from my website, which is jenniferwaters.net. And I hope I did that correctly since I can't see. Yeah. All right, everybody, have a wonderful day. Take a moment to acknowledge the solstice today. Today is the first day of winter. In Chinese medicine, this is the beginning of the kidney and bladder season. The kidneys are where we develop willpower. The kidneys love rest, protein, minerals, a lot of stillness. This is a good time to do more meditation, to go deeper inside yourself, cultivate more stillness, okay? Practice patience as much as you possibly can. I know it's not easy. It's my least favorite thing to practice, but it is well worth the effort. All right, everybody, take care. Be kind to yourself so that you can be kind to others.